Today I'm going to show you how to make a roux. So you take 4 cups of milk and about a quarter teaspoon of butter, or you could do 2. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to mix up some cornstarch. You're going to mix up some cornstarch. I usually use about maybe three level tablespoons of cornstarch. So get your cornstarch out. Do 3 level teaspoons of cornstarch. And I'm going to add that to my measuring cup that I used to measure the milk, which again was 4 cups of milk. So 1, 2, oops, I want to make sure you can see it, and 3. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, and I added some water to it. So now you want to mix your cornstarch up so that it's thickened. You don't want it like wallpaper paste, but you want it thick enough, not too thin, and just keep stirring until you get all that cornstarch off the measuring cup, the bottom of the measuring cups, the sides. Make sure that it is mixed well so that you don't end up with lumps, whether you're doing this for a roux or for a gravy. And that should be your consistency. As I said, not too thick, not too thin. So that's going to be your cornstarch. Close that up. And next thing I'm doing right here is I'm just getting out a little plate to use as a spoon rest. And you're going to need a whisk. Now you want to take your whisk and you want to whisk your milk and your butter together. Make sure that you're not cooking that milk too high. You don't want to burn it. So you just stir until the butter is melted. And make sure that your milk, like I said, your milk isn't burning on the bottom. So stir till it's done. Okay. So now, once the butter is melted, you're going to take your cornstarch and stir that up a little bit to make sure that it's all mixed together again. You're going to turn your heat up just a little bit on the stove so that that milk really gets hot. And you're going to take your cornstarch and you're going to whisk it into your milk and butter. And you want to do this slowly. You don't want to dump it in all at once. And you want to make sure that you're whisking as you are pouring your cornstarch into the milk and the butter. You want to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom and it's not burning. Once you've done that, keep stirring until that cornstarch starts mixing with the milk and butter and it starts getting thickened up. You don't want it too thick, you don't want it too thin. If it's too thick, then it literally, once it cools down, it could turn into chunks. You don't want that. And you don't want it so thin that it doesn't thicken at all and it comes out like runny water. So go ahead and take your spoon and check again just to make sure that it's a good consistency, whatever consistency you happen to like. As I said, for me, I just don't want it too thin and I don't want it too thick. And then once I'm done, I just take it and I pour it into containers. These are just the containers that I use. Stir it up a little bit to make sure nothing's stuck on the bottom of the pot. And once you do that, I go ahead and I pour it into the containers. And I do this slowly so I don't spill it all over the counter. And now that's the second container. And I'm going to take my hot pot and go and put this right in the sink so that the milk doesn't dry up on the bottom of the pot and there's some water in it. And that's it. That is your basic roux. This can be used for anything. I happen to use it on eggs. You could do this for gravies. And it usually lasts about a week in these containers. And that's it. Enjoy!